So now it's out of the box, let's set it up. So firstly, attach the clamp to your desk. This is made of metal, not plastic, and it has some padding inside to protect your desk. Then put the boom arm into place and tighten it up with the thumb screw on the clamp. The arm is made from steel tubing, it's durable and feels really sturdy. It's got a nice smooth action when repositioning it. The joints feel nice and tight and they stop where you want them to, so you can get the mic in the exact position that you want it. Then you screw the shock mount to the other end and this just tightens by hand. To fit the microphone into the shock mount, it's just a case of squeezing the metal spring clamp. Now for me, this did take a little bit of force to open up, but once open, you just slide the microphone into position like so. Then you can add the optional wind muff by sliding it over the top of the microphone and the pop filter, which clamps to the boom arm like this. Finally, hook it up to your PC using the supplied 2.5 meter USB cable and use the Velcro strips for cable management. Right, so looking at the microphone itself, it's really nice quality and has got a nice weight to it. On the bottom is the USB socket. Now this is a USB 2 microphone, no XLR option, which does mean, as you've seen, it's plug and play with both Windows and Mac OS, so it doesn't need much setting up at all. And before I go any further, I do want to say that this is the microphone that I'm actually speaking into now, so this whole video is going to be a sound test for how you think the microphone sounds, and I'm not going to do any post-processing to the audio. Now the microphone has a cardioid polar pattern, which means it picks up less sound from behind the microphone. Now on the front of the microphone here is a small volume knob, and that is for controlling the gain of the microphone. Now I've got it set to about 75% here. This is what I've generally found to be just about the right level for the distance that I like to have the microphone away from me. So this is what it sounds like with the gain turned right up. So here you can hear the increase in volume. Now I don't know how this sounds at the moment. Maybe it's gone a little bit distorted, I don't know, but obviously you'll be able to hear that from within the video. Now I'm going to turn it all the way down, and you can hear as I'm doing it, the volume should hopefully be decreasing as we go, and that is down to nothing, and I don't think you can actually hear much at all. If you can, it's going to be very faint. So I'll put that back up to 75% because that's where I like it. So around about there, there's a little arrow on the volume knob that actually gets me to see where we're at, and there we've got it back to where we started. Now also on the front of the microphone is a little mute button. It's a capacitive touch button, and you only have to touch it very slightly for it to work. Now if I mute it and then I can bring it back again. Now when you do mute it, it's got a small LED ring around it, and that glows red when it's muted and cyan when the microphone is working. So as I mentioned before, you get a wind muff and a pop filter. Obviously you don't need to use those. So let's have a little test, a little comparison between using them and not using them. So looking at the specs of the microphone, it has a sampling rate of up to 192 kHz, 24-bit with a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 kHz. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the pop filter, and I'll do it just by pulling it out of the way. So looking at the specs of the microphone, it has a sampling rate of up to 192 kHz, 24-bit with a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 kHz. So now I'll remove the wind muff too. So this is going to be with the microphone naked. So looking at the specs of the microphone, it has a sampling rate of up to 192 kHz, 24-bit with a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 kHz. And finally, let's try it with just the pop filter. So looking at the specs of the microphone, it has a sampling rate of up to 192 kHz, 24-bit, with a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 kHz. And here we are back now with both fitted back onto the microphone. So you could hopefully hear the difference there, and I'll let you make up your own mind which is the best combination. I personally have always used both. Listening back to this, I may decide to change that, but it's great that you've got those options. Right, so overall, what do I think? Well, not to beat around the bush, I think this is a fantastic kit. For about £75 here in the UK, you're getting everything you need to set up as a streamer or a content creator. So I wasn't expecting much at that price, but I've been using this for chatting to my friends on Discord. I've been doing some voiceovers for some of the videos I've got coming up, and I'm also going to be starting streaming very soon. And so far, the results that I'm getting from this microphone, I think are fantastic. And everyone I've spoken to so far has also said how good the audio sounds. So this comes highly recommended. So I want to say a huge thanks to my current patrons, and I'll leave links to my Patreon site in the description too, where you can donate and join these lovely people in supporting the channel. So don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it. Got loads more videos coming very soon. Best way not to miss any of those is to subscribe below. It doesn't cost a thing, and if you click the bell notification icon, you'll be told every time I upload a new video. Speaking of new videos, why not watch one of our other videos on the left hand side of the screen right now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later.